Hello and welcome everybody to the December forum. The forum has started a few months ago. It is the beginning of each month on Sunday, this time Saturday in USA time. And it is essentially a place for us to talk, get to know each other, share ideas. Each month we will have a theme. This month the theme is Tai Chi for medical condition, in particular people with Parkinson's. The previous months we talk about Jing, talk about song, and each month all the participants will vote for the next month's topic. So we're going to send you a survey by Google with the topic to vote, but we can also do a raise hands before we leave. So, and then when you chose a topic, I will say something, especially Tai Chi for health. I want to say a lot because it's started from me. And then any other topic, I will invite experts. Or like, for example, Pat talk about song, and the other Pat, the two Pats, Pat Weber and Pat Lawson, one talk about song, one talk about Jing. That was really one wonderful time. And you can also, for all the participants, if you want to have the recording of the previous forum, all you have to do is email us. We'll send you a link to it. So I would like to just give you some ideas. So we're going to start with the talks, the first speaker and then me. So there's be two speakers today. And then I will answer questions on those talks. And after that, we will answer questions and share comments that you have sent to us beforehand. After that, if we have time, we'll take any questions and any comments. And then there will be a time, about 10 minutes, for us to split you up into different groups. And then you get to meet another 6 or so participants from people over the world. So it's a communication time. It is also a time to share ideas and comments. I'm going to first of all introduce our first speaker, Professor Samuel Cheon. He is from Korea, in the second biggest city called Busan. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. And Dr. Cheon is a neurologist, and he has a special interest in people with Parkinson's, and he also ran, I would think, if not the world's biggest exercise group by university for people with medical conditions, especially Parkinson's. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Professor Cheon to talk to us about Tai Chi and Parkinson.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sang Myung, neurologist and professor in Donghwa University Hospital in Busan, Korea. We are running a Parkinson's Disease Center in our university hospital, and also running Parkinson's Disease Exercise Center since 2005. So our exercise center focuses on Tai Chi using TCHI programs and conducting resistance exercises, modified Pilates, and other combined programs. Today, I will talk about exercise and its effect on Parkinson's disease. I will mention some recent researches, and if you need any, please feel free to contact me. Physical activity is very important in Parkinson's disease. In a study that observed 440,000 people for over 10 years, people who were physically active and engaged in active exercise reported a 20% reduction in the risk of Parkinson's disease. And the amount of physical exercise is closely related to the onset of Parkinson's disease. In addition, physical activity has a significant effect on the course of Parkinson's. According to the study conducted based on Korean health insurance data reported this year, when 11,000 patients with Parkinson were observed from 2010 for 8 years, the overall mortality rate was 17%. Among these, moderate intensity exercise reduced the risk of death by 34%, and light exercise reduced the risk by 12%, demonstrating that exercise lowered the risk of death and that more intense exercise were more effective. In addition, it was found that the risk of death decreased as the duration of exercise was longer by reducing the risk by 51% in a case of continuing exercise from the onset of Parkinson's disease, and by 34% in the case of continuing exercise after the onset of Parkinson's. So the duration of exercise also have been shown to be related. So physical activity in Parkinson can lower the risk of developing the disease and slow the progression of the disease. However, Parkinson patients on average showed 30% decrease in the amount of physical activity in daily life compared to the normal people. Maintaining an active lifestyle through the exercise is recognized as an essential component of treatment in Parkinson. So, what kind of exercise should we do? Recently, many research results are pouring out. Almost all exercises, such as aerobic, resistance, balance, and agility exercises shows results that improve various symptoms of Parkinson's and prevent disease progression. Among these, the study of Tai Chi showed the strongest results. In a study conducted in Oregon, in the United States, 8 young-style Tai Chi movements were performed twice a week for 6 months in a group of 8 to 12 people and compared the results with resistance exercise and stretching. Tai Chi improved postural stability, and all tasks related to walking were superior to the other exercises and reduced the number of falls after exercise and thereby reducing the socio-economic cost. However, not all Tai Chi studies have shown these good results. Although there have been various attempts using Tai Chi, the mentioned study shows the strongest results, which seems to have been achieved by experts in Tai Chi and also Parkinson's, based on their experiences and expertise. In Oregon, Parkinson's disease experts and Tai Chi experts had been practicing Tai Chi with local Parkinson pupils for a long time before this study. The need for the expertise in Parkinson is also reflected in various studies conducted in Netherlands. In the Netherlands, rehabilitation therapists specializing in Parkinson have been nurtured since 2008. In a recent study, which observed over 40,000 pupils who received rehabilitation treatment, the people with Parkinson who received the specialized Parkinson rehabilitation treatment had fewer Parkinson-related complications and lowered falls and mortalities compared to the patient who received the user rehabilitation, thereby reducing the patient treatment costs. So, Parkinson's disease is not just a slowing movement, trembling, and falling. It is a disease, movement matters, but various non-motor symptoms such as cognitive impairment, sleep disturbance, autonomic dysfunctions, and psychiatric symptoms appear together, and the disease progresses over time, requiring more specialized treatment. The best way to treat Parkinson's is to understand the disease first and set a treatment goal that suits the patient condition and daily life, and share that goal with the patient, family, and medical staff, and find an appropriate treatment method for the goal. Exercise is essential in Parkinson's disease. The neurologists now all know that. To obtain a good treatment results, it is essential to know the disease well. Visit a Parkinson clinic near you and study Parkinson's disease and work with your experts together. Then I think you will get the good results. Yeah, that's it. It is all my talk. Thank you.
That is an amazing talk, so to the point. And I love the studies you quote. And I love the bit you say about understanding the condition as well as the right exercise. That's sort of like something what I was going to talk about. So let me ask first of all, if anybody have any quick questions for Professor Cheon, you can still ask him later after my talk. But if you have something you must ask now, could you raise your hand? If you can wait a bit later, you can wait until my talk. Was there anybody, Ernie? Anybody?
Dr. Lam, a question from Lorraine asking, what are the 8 Tai Chi forms used in the study that our guest speaker mentioned? The 8 Tai Chi forms.
You see, as I know, you say the cloud hands and the parting this horse's mane, and so let me. Yes, you see, just the user and then the what is that? The lady in the young style, which is
Yeah.
the lady.
Fair lady working in the
Fair
shop.
lady, yeah, fair ladies, and so it's not just the. It is actually not matter what movement is or not. So, because that the condition is very different from patient each other. So, the Tai Chi movement, the best thing in Tai Chi movement is that the lower limb strength and postural control and the coordination of the whole movements and the sequence is very important for the cognition. So we can summarize the effect of Tai Chi is that cognition and postural stability and gait ability and lower limb strength, well, which been repeatedly demonstrated in various studies.
Thank you, Sam. Okay, you got more questions asked later. I'm going to start talking about the other topic, that is Tai Chi and medical condition. And well, that come from how I started the Tai Chi for Health program. Health, in a way, is so close to medical condition. You probably know that I have arthritis since I was 13. When I graduated from medicine, it was so bad that I know it's going to be medication and joint replacements, and I didn't want to go that way. Then I tried Tai Chi. I didn't really know anything, but I just heard from the village where I grew up that Tai Chi is supposed to be good for arthritis. So I tried it, and of course, it's great for me. It takes me a long time to get benefit. So I send patients to do Tai Chi, and they come back and telling me that, first of all, the teachers are not really understand how to teach. And a lot of teachers do not know how to help people with medical condition. Some traditional teacher would say, if you get pain, work harder, stretch more. If you don't sweat, you're not working enough. And they will say, if you're not getting good results, that's your fault. And if you don't practice, it's because you're lazy. And so on. You know, it was just gradually it hit me that it's my job. I'm a doctor. I have arthritis for many years, and I know different forms of Tai Chi. It is my job to create a program for people with arthritis. So that took us 2 years to start. And then the idea of Tai Chi for arthritis was that it has to be much safer for people with arthritis. And we want it to work quicker, so it has to give results very quickly. And it has to be good for health, but Tai Chi is good for health anyway. So we took a long time to construct it, we tested and so on. And there are, by now, over 30 medical studies has tested the Tai Chi for arthritis program. The latest study was the world's largest study for people with arthritis from University of North Carolina by Professor Lee Callahan and her colleagues. There was 354 subjects or patients, and they did Tai Chi for 8 weeks, that's 2 months. 2 one-hour sessions a week. At the end of that 8 weeks, the people who do Tai Chi was compared to people who didn't do Tai Chi. They were just in the waiting time, and then they test both teams, and they found out the people with Tai Chi has less pain with arthritis, can do more, so they can move better, they can do their daily task more, and they also have better balance. That explains why the other tests show Tai Chi for arthritis is so effective in reducing force. The last one was really, really important, is that people feel better about themselves generally. And that's consistent throughout all those 30 studies. Then going back to 21 years ago when we created Tai Chi for arthritis, the Diabetes Association got to know about it. They asked me to create one for Tai Chi for diabetes. So I was thinking that, well, Tai Chi for arthritis is Tai Chi, and it would be effective for health. It would be effective for people with diabetes. Why would we need something different? And I talked to them. They're very enthusiastic. And then I start thinking, and later on I'm going to tell you why the Tai Chi for Health program works so well. 2 of the factors. One is a deep understanding of what Tai Chi is, how Tai Chi really works. 2 is the understanding of medical conditions. Like Samuel was talking about, you got to see a doctor who care about that medical condition, the Parkinson'S. And the 2 combination is the 2 key, which I'll explain later why they work together and how that make Tai Chi for Health so magical. So while Tai Chi for arthritis will work with people with diabetes, but people with diabetes have different conditions, different challenges. So we want, for example, one of the challenges is that they get hypoglycemia, which means that because of medication or injections, their blood sugar goes down very quickly and they can pass out. It can be dangerous. So we want to exercise that slowly build up their capacity so that they will have less chance of hypoglycemia. People with diabetes also 6 times more likely to get cardiovascular or heart disease. So people with heart disease, there are different kinds of heart disease, also need gradual building up to the physical fitness. Otherwise, if you have a heart condition and you're not used to exercise and you decide to go all the way, go out running, it might precipitate an attack. So then we also use traditional Chinese medicine, which meridians are effective for diabetes. But there isn't such a thing, because I practice acupuncture as well as Western medicine. So there isn't such a thing as in Tai Chi as you do one movement for one condition, because Tai Chi benefits the whole body. But you can put a little more emphasis on the meridian that is relating to diabetes. So therefore, we have those movements that is more effective and just more emphasis on the liver, the spleen, and the stomach meridian that is related to diabetes. And then the Osteoporosis Association got very keen, and then we were thinking, wow, what is special about osteoporosis? Well, they don't, a lot of people don't know they have it, but one of the problems is they fall. And so we put even more emphasis on the balance, especially repulse monkey. And we put both Yang style and Sung style together. And also, at that time, there were quite a bit of research on Tai Chi for osteoporosis. So I read the research, I trying to put in the important points of Yang style that is responsible for making it better, slow down the osteoporosis process by 3 times. And then there's another challenge that people will say, Dr. Lam, I don't have arthritis. Can I do Tai Chi for arthritis? And then someone will say, well, I shouldn't do this. I'm fine. So we, of course, being a family physician, I really think prevention is better than cure. But it's harder, isn't it, to get people to do prevention? So that's how we created Tai Chi for beginners. It is using the Tai Chi principle, and the aim is to appeal to anybody, whether you have or have not a medical condition. It hasn't got the stigma of relating to a condition, but it's linked to the world's most popular 24 forms. And then we, in that, we create a teaching system so anyone can join your class. We also create a linking system from putting emphasis on what Tai Chi is about. Tai Chi is an internal art. You build your internal strength from inside out, from your mind to the internal organ, and to the inner part, the bones, the deep ligaments, to the outside body. So we want to share people with the key and the internal thing with Tai Chi for beginner. And that's why we have the 4 Qigong exercise, which, by the way, if you've done it, you realize very much have the faithful Sung style. I'll come back to that later on about that. And Tai Chi for beginner did really, really well with internet. So far in my YouTube free first lesson for Tai Chi for beginner has 9 million viewers. However, Tai Chi for arthritis reach more people in the real world. So I'm sure Tai Chi for beginner is just right for this time where we communicate and we teach a lot through internet. And we just did a Tai Chi for beginners workshop, and I'm really happy to see quite a lot of people come and a lot of master trainers support me. So we want to do prevention more than cure. And then we have people who says, well, Tai Chi is great, but it's too slow for them. And of course, that's ridiculous. But anyway, we thought we'd just make a bit more favor. And maybe because I love Chain style, so I put in Chain style in it as well as Sung style. And to just give it more flavor, more excitement. That's Tai Chi for energy. That's been very, very popular. Especially one of the participants was my daughter, so she's becoming very popular from that. No, I'm just joking. She's actually have a reputation in another world, another field. But She was a really good student. And then, of course, the best prevention comes from kids. I love kids. I always, and they like me. Kids have a 7 sense. They know who likes them and who cares for them. And there's some techniques to work with kids. So I took a long time. One of the person who worked really closely with me is Pat Lawson, the Pat that you have met. She's have a lot of time teaching kids and working with kids. She's very creative. In taught us, and then later I met more people who's really contribute to this. It took us 8 years from the time I want to create a Tai Chi for kids to finally I felt it was ready for us to do it. So we took a lot of time. We're trying to create something for kids. Kids are not little adults. They are different kind of human altogether in some way. Even in medicine, I remember when I started my pediatric training, my pediatrician started with the teacher. He was very good. He says, kids are not little adults. And that just ring the bell to me. They're not little adults. They are not a shrinking small part of us. They're different. Their metabolism is different. Their mentality is different. Their learning ability is different. And they generally more visual orientated. They're generally less patient. They generally like to move fast. So we designed the Tai Chi for kids in little blocks to suit them. And we make it also, every program come with a way to teach. So it's safe and it's also interesting to those group of people. I'm sad to say that Tai Chi for Kids is a wonderful program, but it doesn't go very far. We just don't get enough people learning it. And I think it's part of it is just so much protection for kids, which is good. But that also create barrier for us to teach kids. But that's another story. I still have great hopes Tai Chi for kids. And so essentially, every Tai Chi for Health programs are good for health. And yet each one have special feature that make it more effective for that condition and more appropriate for that condition. For example, like Tai Chi for memory, my mother, before my late mother, have Alzheimer's. The other 2 person who are working, there's a team of us working on that program, and some of their relatives also have Alzheimer's, and most of us are health professionals and Tai Chi practitioners, and we realize older adults are similar to kids in some way. So we have little blocks for Tai Chi for memory. And again, we go back to the core of Tai Chi, what makes Tai Chi really work. As well as that, I put in my training in acupuncture. So I also use massaging acupuncture point. Just like Tai Chi for heart conditions, I put in acupuncture points to the heart meridian. So each program have that favor. And I just want to, before I go to mention 2 things, and then we can try it out together. So the 2 things that make Tai Chi really work for medical condition. The first is Tai Chi itself. Tai Chi really, its ultimate purpose is to improve your chi, your life energy that born with us, and that energy circulates throughout the body, across all the meridians. It moves blood, moves the life energy along. And when you study Chinese traditional medicine, which I practice the acupuncture part of it, if the qi flows in the heart meridians are slow, then you have heart condition. If too fast, you have another problem. And for example, people with arthritis, the Chinese traditional medicine attribute it to having dampness, moisture in the acupuncture points. And whether you believe in that or not, it doesn't matter. We don't have to believe it. It's just that the theory do make some sense. And there are a lot more studies showing Chinese traditional medicine have value, has validity. So the qi is what Chinese traditional medicine based on. And it makes sense. Every living being have some energy, a life energy, apart from breathing and a heart function and a brain. There's something else about everybody, that internal energy we all have, which is the qi. So Tai Chi is created to cultivate your qi and make it stronger, and then that improve all the system. So the best in all Tai Chi movements are contributing to your qi if you would do it properly. And I think the most powerful and the most profound movement that enhance the qi in Tai Chi is Sung styles, open and close. It's so natural. We do this all the time. We bring our hands, move, and it's so connected. You can just connect it to your qi, to breathing, and it's so powerful. That's in every Tai Chi for Health program. And when you get that idea of moving qi and using qi, then when you do your Tai Chi, you can apply that idea, that concept, that idea, raising your qi, sinking your qi, growing your qi into every other Tai Chi form. And that, I think, is why Tai Chi is so powerful. The second thing is understanding of medical condition. Not only that, by understanding medical condition, we give people Tai Chi that is safer, and we know how to prevent any complication. But also understand medical condition, you realize which organs are involved, which part of the bodies are involved, and then you can tailor it and tune it towards that condition to make it work better and safer for the people. And I think that is the secret of Tai Chi for Health programs, is that we really use the core, the purest and most effective part of Tai Chi, combine it with our understanding of medical condition. So I'm going to see if you have any questions, and then I'll take you to do a little bit of Tai Chi with me to see if you can feel that you can get some more feeling to that Qi. So let me see if there's any question for me or Dr. Cheong before I move on to the...
Dr. Lam, Dr. Cheong has been answering in the chat to many of the questions already. Thank you so much for doing that. We have another question, however. It's, how about Tai Chi for hypertension, high blood pressure? Can you say a word about that, please?
Sure. High blood pressure is caused by a number of things, but of course mostly it's due to stress. And I think generally speaking, almost all the Tai Chi study, when they start looking at blood pressure, it has shown it reduces hypertension. So in a way, Sheng Miao was mentioning, it doesn't matter what types of Tai Chi, as long as that Tai Chi enhance the Qi. Because to enhance your Qi, it got to be helping us to have that mental quietness, the Jing and the song. And when you have that, of course, you calm yourself down. So I would think any Tai Chi, really is for hypertension. But then I think Tai Chi for arthritis is really good because it has a lot of, it's a beautiful Qigong in Sun style.
Dr. Lam, there is another question. This is Pat speaking, but there is another question from Christy about Tai Chi and Parkinson's, and it relates to her working with physical therapists, but she's not a physical therapist herself. And I'm in a similar situation, so I understand her question. She says, we offer TCA, and we say that less is more, stay in your comfort zone and within 70 to 80% of your range of motion. But sometimes in physical therapy, I know there is one school of thought about big and loud with Parkinson's and larger movements. Now, she didn't comment on that, but she said she is asking if someone has a Parkinson's diagnosis, should they ask their clinicians about the recommended size of movements, or since it's a mind-body cognitive benefit, is there no need to worry about the size of the movements? So I think the gist of it is, does bigger mean better? If we're working with Parkinson's, should we encourage bigger Tai Chi movements? And I think the question, the question would be for either of you.
In a usual exercise, size is matter. So bigger is better. But in Tai Chi, because we need already at a posture and a controlled movement, especially using the cognition or the thinking, mind-body exercise. So, and people with Parkinson usually cannot aware their posture and their movements, not so exactly. So they always thinking, stand upright, in spite of they stoop like this. So it is more important is that it is better than the size. Is just the correct posture and the correct movement is much more important than just the size. So Tai Chi is a really, really wonderful movement. So just let them think and feel their posture and the movements continuously, like we're doing. So it is much more important than just the size.
Thank you, Samuel. And I just reminds me that years ago, Samuel and me was trying to think, should we create a Tai Chi for Parkinson's? And eventually, we came to the conclusion that Tai Chi for arthritis would be great. And in terms of, well, I mean, you can't say this is a small movement. That's part of Tai Chi for arthritis. And I totally agree with Samuel. It's the mind, it's the balance, it's he's talking about the leg strength, all that does come with Tai Chi for arthritis. Yep.
I have another question, a little related to the size of the movements, is sound, because one of my Parkinson's students brought up about tango music being very effective, that when people, in some studies, when people with Parkinson's move to loud tango music, they can correct their posture better and improve their gait better. So sometimes I play tango music in my Tai Chi class, but I don't know if that's real. Have you heard of any of that research? I don't know if it's really credible or not.
There have been a good research with using the tango, but recently some researchers has compared the tango exercise, tango dance, and resistance exercise and stretching. So the result is a aerobic exercise, and using some resistance is better than tango. So it's not easy to compare which is best or which is better, because all exercises can make it better. So each exercise has some benefit in a special feature. Just like tango is that is the best way to stepping, and the music can be a great cue to the step, the rhythm and stepping. So, and one more thing is the partner. The partner joining the dance or exercise is a great enhancing the enhancer to to participate and maintain the exercise. So there's a lot of some different kind of benefits in an exercise. So it is not easy to direct comparison. But I think tango dancing is also good, but it is not recommended, as I think it has some posture instability, because the risk of falls or other injuries. So yeah, so tango will be good, but I still think the Tai Chi is the best.
Thank you, Samuel. That's really nice. And some of the things you never think of. Yeah, of course, the partner being there makes a difference. Having the support from your friends, loved ones. So here I want to contribute another factor for Tai Chi. I have somebody who write to me, he had Parkinson's, and after a few months of Tai Chi for arthritis, he one of the things he does is go to church, and you know when you go to church, these people taking a plate and go around and asking you to put money in. Well, he's been doing it for years, and because of Parkinson, he wasn't able to do it. Few months after Tai Chi for arthritis, he was able to do that again, and that giving so much pride and making feel so happy. So the point I'm trying to make is it's also the mind. Tai Chi make you more balanced and more positive, and when your mind feel better, everything gets better. And I love Samuel's statistics of the rate of death, mortality will reduce from 30 to 50%. So that says a lot. Yeah. Of course, Tai Chi is best. Lorraine?
I have a question, a quick question. My husband has advanced Parkinson's, and he's in a wheelchair, can't walk. Would it be beneficial for him to do the hand exercises with Tai Chi?
As I already chat in the chat box, it's really hard to the good study in a stage of advanced disease, advanced conditions. But there's we still had the targets in advanced conditions, maintaining the basic functions and prevention of some kind of complications like facial ulcer or sore or contractures, and especially the body trunk itself is really important to maintaining posture, and not only the hand movement but also the trunk is really matter in the condition which is limited to the wheelchair or even in the bed. So they should turn the body, and they should keep the right sitting posture. So it is also important to the trunk, the power of trunk to maintain their posture and so on. So for the purposes of even in the advanced conditions, exercise should be done to prevent such complications. So it will help not only the hand movement, but also the trunk movement.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. And I can't second that more enough. The thing is, when people sit and they do Tai Chi, like the seated Tai Chi, and visualize moving their legs, we know that when you visualize something, that area has 20 to 30% more blood flow and more muscle contraction. So visualization did more than just thinking. So apart from the fact that it maintains the posture, the body, and the well-being, I think there's also another effect, make more circulation go to the part of the body and more muscle activities with that you didn't have a chance to do it when you're in a wheelchair. So I think it would be definitely, I think he should try that. Let us know how he go. Lorraine have a question?
Hi, Dr. Lam. I actually had a couple of observations to share. A few years back, I had a gentleman in my class. He stayed in the class for a couple of years. He suffered from Parkinson's. And I noticed his effort and concentration was mainly on posture and movement control. He spent a lot of effort on movement control, that to get his balance, to coordinate his movement, more effort in this person than the average other participant in the class. And a second observation I want to say is talking about people sitting in a chair or doing exercise in a chair. I know there's different immobility. Some have more movement in their lower body than others. But we tend to assume that our lower body is not working when we're doing exercise in a chair. But if the person are able to put the feet on, rest their feet on their foot plate or whatever it's called, or if they are doing a chair and not in a wheelchair, that their feet can be put squarely on the floor, hip width apart. When they move the upper body, whether it's in waving hands, whether it's in single whip, as they move their trunk, like Dr. Samuel was saying, as they move their trunk, their lower body corresponds with a certain activation, a certain movement. And that's what I observe. I do a lot of seated exercise, Tai Chi and non-Tai Chi. And I ask participants, if possible, if they can put their feet square on the floor, sit up straight. When they move their upper body, their lower body correspond a certain amount of movement. They activate their lower body muscles. The lower body is not entirely not moving, except those who actually have paralyzed limbs. If not, the lower body actually corresponds in a certain way and be activated appropriately.
Thank you, Lorraine. That's very helpful. Now, I think we're running a little short of time. I don't think I have much time to teach, but how about we all just have a little shake and do a few dantian breathing exercise. You can sit down or you can just join me halfway. So I'd like you to think body upright, chin back. Imagine that force from your chin to the center of your head and lifting your head up, sinking your chi down. And then bring your hands slowly. Just make sure your fingers are pointing up if you can. If you can't visualize your finger pointing up, and feel your joints are open. Let your shoulder song gently stretch your shoulder joints. Allow your joints to gently open. Body upright. Feel your dantian. And then take a very, very soft breathing in breathing out. Move against a gentle resistance as you breathe in and breathing out. And using dantian, breathing in, expand. Breathing out, contract and feel your chi sinking down. Continue to let your joint open, song, and your mind quiet, and just think of your palms. There's a resistance as you're pushing in, and gentle resistance, and open up. Have a little shake. Now, let's do the let's get to meet each other. So we're going to put 6 or 7 of you in one group for 8 minutes. I'd like you to talk about yourself, but allow other people to talk. So talk for a little bit and just exchange some idea where people coming from and how much you enjoy Tai Chi. So our teams are going to put you in the break room. You don't have to do anything, but you have to accept it. I think there's an invitation for you to go to the room, and you click accept, and you'll be in that room. And then you'll meet somebody very interesting from different country, and then we'll come back in 8 minutes.
That was really nice because she kept the focus on how we're not treating them. We're just supporting them, that you're the doctors. It's not our job to treat them. And as we learn more about the disease, it's comforting to know, no, that's not what we're about.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. It's just nice to meet people from everywhere. So nice to share ideas.
I think everyone is back.
Okay, welcome everybody. I just want you to know that there's a lot of questions, and people also want to make comment on the Parkinson's and probably on the Tai Chi for Health thing. So what I like to do is invite you to write it in chat or send your email to service at Dr. Lam's Tai Chi workshop.com, the one Ernest's email that you have been talking to us about. And we will, Samuel and me will, I will go first. If I can answer the questions, I answer. If I can't, I will forward to Samuel. And then we'll send the answer back that unless you wish not to, we will have the answers and the comments circulate to everybody who's on this forum. As well as, we have 2 forums, one now, and 8 hours later, there's one for the people in Europe, because this is their midnight now, so we have 2 time zones. And I will circulate questions and comments to you. And maybe in future, we can find a place somewhere, Facebook or something, for us to share, for people who come to the forum to share ideas. I'll work with my IT person. And meanwhile, we are going to send you a survey, but I can just ask you now to get an indication of what you want to be the topic for next month. Now, last month we have a vote, and there was one item people really like. That is explain the quad. The quad is just the hip. So that's a lot of Tai Chi teachers talk about that. That's one choice. And the other choice is, Ernie, have you got the other choice?
I believe it was spiral force. Spiral force.
The spiral force.
Yang 24 form.
Yeah.
Yang 24 form.
Oh yeah, 24 phones. The other one is what are the important features to know about the 24 phones? I think we have two choices, but if you have other topics, just let us know in the survey too, and we'll bring it up each month. And by the way, January no forum. We're going to. It's too close to New Year, so too close to my January workshop. So we'll miss January. We'll come back February. We'll send you emails. So just to give me an indication, who want to hear about the choir next February? Okay. Okay. And now, who want to hear about what are the features to know and the important thing to learn about the 24 phones? Gee, I haven't counted you, but I think we're pretty close, pretty similar. But anyway, put in your survey and also new topics that you want to hear. But please try to understand the forum is a time to get together. We can only talk briefly. I'm not going to be able to teach you all about Tai Chi in this hour. It's not a teaching session, it's a sharing. An interesting topic, I will give you my best, and I will invite the best expert to share with us. But we need to get together, know each other. And you know, it's a forum. So what was the other thing I need to do? Oh, let me take a photo. We're 2 page now. Okay, everybody, when I say 1, 2, 3, you put your best smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that one is too plastic. Do a real one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to page 2. There's more people, and I do the same to them. Okay, that looks almost the same people. Okay, everybody, let's take a picture. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and bring your best smile. 1, 2, 3. How about wave? 1, 2, 3. Great, wonderful. Okay, and Samuel, do you want to say anything?
Just it was a great time to see you and sharing. Thank you.
Likewise, it's so good to see you again. Anyone else like mention something before we conclude?
Just Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Good one.
Same for
Happy New
me.
Year. Merry Christmas,
Happy, healthy
everyone.
Christmas and New Year, everybody. And thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Samayoon, for all the information and a wonderful presentation. Wonderful.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you for staying up for us. And I just want to tell you guys, if you didn't read my newsletter, this month's newsletter have a group of instructors from Nullers in UK received the Queen's Award for doing charity work. It's the highest award in UK. It's like the MBE where people become sir and madam. But they are just very dedicated, and they are wonderful people, and so there's an article written by them. There's an introduction by Nura, and also on my dear hello everyone. Yeah, so if you haven't read the newsletter, please do. And if you have read it, please forward to your friends. You know, it's nice for us to be recognized. This is the highest award delivered to people who use Tai Chi, our Tai Chi, to help people. Just wonderful to know we're being recognized. Linda, you want to say something? Go ahead. Or you raised your hand, Linda.
Sorry, I was voting when I raised my hand, but I'll just say that I thought it was just wonderful, and I really appreciated getting so much detailed information from two medical doctors. Gives me a lot more confidence. Thank you.
And Ernie?
Yes, I want to thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lam, for presenting another wonderful forum. Everyone participated in this. Everyone was very happy for the topic. And thank you. And also Dr. Myung was fantastic. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and just to let you know, I will edit it and put it together. The recordings will be sent back to you within 2 weeks. Give me some time. And you're welcome to come to Forum 2. And Pat, do you want to say something?
I want to say the thank yous are pouring in on the chat too from everybody. Thank you so much. It was just packed with really good information that will help us to help people. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming. It's because you come, we have this. If nobody turned up, we would not have this. So we love to share. I can speak for everyone in my team, and I can speak for Sang Myung too, that it's just such a wonderful time to chat, to see you, to talk to you. Yeah, good time to share. Thank you for coming. Yeah, thank you everybody. So I'm going to say goodbye to you all, and until next time, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and we will see you in February. Please let everybody know the forum, just so that you know, we love it if you make a small contribution, donation to the cost of running this, but we also welcome you totally if you put down no pay in one word, and then you don't pay anything, and we don't make any difference at all. Whether you pay or not, you still get the recording. We still treat you nicely, and we don't know. I don't know who paid, who didn't. We don't know. But it just helps. Sure, you know, it helps us. It does cost to set. Our IT person had to set it up. We had supports in time and all that. So we appreciate it. Otherwise, but the main thing is to come and bring your friends. So, bye. Thank you, Samuel. Big
Thank
thank
you.
you. Great talk. Welcome everybody to the December forum. And Nula's going to start first.
Morning, everyone, and welcome. We have 36 people this morning from 9 countries this time. So that's excellent. We have Australia and New Zealand, USA, Croatia. It's absolutely fantastic. And you're going to really enjoy this. Dr. Lam's going to have a talk, and we have a very, very good, excellent presenter. You'll love this. I know that everybody's been asking about Parkinson's, and there's a lot of information from our presenter, Dr. Samay-Young. So Dr. Lam will tell you more about this. And thank you for coming, everybody. And please enjoy. It's a nice day here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And so thank you all for coming. I'm really pleased that you're all here. And please tell your friends and anybody else for the next time, so that we can have more people. This is really good to keep people talking to each other and just being all together. And you can get lots of information. And just please pass it on to all your friends. And you know, I'm sure Dr. Lam will like as many as we can get. Okay, so please enjoy. It's going to be a wonderful morning, and have a great time. And please, anyone who wants to update, please let me know. Just get in contact with me. If you hear anybody wanting to update, please let me know. Okay, thank you, Dr. Lam. We've got Dr. Lam, we've got Ernie Hall as well from USA, who's a fantastic magician. She organizes everything. And we've got Evan, who is our IT specialist from Australia. So welcome, everybody, and Dr. Lam.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Ernie, Evan. And so good to see you. It's really nice. 9 countries and we in the same lounge room. That's magical. And if I may just add one more thing, tell your friends, and after this, I'll give you a recording of the morning and some of this time zone. And you are welcome to pass it on, share with everybody, and let your friend know anyone's welcome. And if they wish, they can certainly make a small donation. But if they can also use the code no pay in one word, and then they come in free. And we don't make any difference whether you could donate or not for the costs or not. You're all welcome, and we don't treat you any differently. Everybody gets a recording and gets an email from us. So I'm going to just especially welcome the people who haven't been to the forum before. So I give you an idea. It's a forum, so it's a place where we get together, talk to each other, and have fun. Each month we do have a theme, and it's all about Tai Chi. So this month, our theme is Tai Chi and medical condition, particularly Parkinson's. And I'm going to introduce our speaker for the Parkinson's, Tai Chi for Parkinson's. He is really a world expert on this. And I have an introduction with the video. Yes, so you only see him in the video because it's a bit hard for him to come to sessions. So let me start with that, and then I will talk about Tai Chi in medical condition, because that's what we do, Tai Chi for health. So I have a lot to say about it, but I try to make it very short. After that, I'll answer questions. If you have questions for Dr. Cheong or Professor Cheong, I can probably answer for you, or question for me. And then we'll answer the question that is sent to us before the meeting. After that, if we have time, we'll take questions and comments from everybody. And there will be a time that we're going to give you time to meet another 6 people from different parts of the world, and get to know our global family. And also we'd like you to vote for the next month's topic. So next month will be February. We're going to skip a forum in January because it's just right next to my January workshop, and it's so close to New Year. So we're going to miss 1 month, but we'll make it twice as fun for February. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen now, and I'll be introducing Professor Cheong And share.
They have another one here, Dr. Lam, if you could answer this one. How would you suggest to cue in those with Parkinson's who have difficulty initiating movement and who experience freezing? If people are freezing and they can't do the movements, how can you cue them in to help them?
I would think we help them to visualize and to move minimum of what they can, but visualize the movements.
Yeah.
Um,
And did we
maybe-
say, sorry, did we say music might help in certain circumstances for Parkinson's?
Yeah, there's some study, people use music, but what's everybody else thinks? A lot of you are good instructors. I love to hear how you would do it. Julie?
We would probably start them off as seated. We did have a gentleman who had got Parkinson's, but he'd also got a lot of neck and shoulder injuries. And I found that each time he really wanted to do it, but each time he did the commencement move, it triggered his neck and his shoulders and he had to sit down. It also triggered dizziness as well. So in the end, sadly, after he tried a number of times, he stopped, which was a bit sad because he really, really wanted to do it. So Parkinson's for me, that's the only experience that I've had.
Okay, Helga? Unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. I had Parkinson's people in my classes over the years, but for the last 2 years, I work individually with somebody who has Parkinson's. He's very advanced in Parkinson's. So he initially hired me to help him with balance because he fell about 5 times a day. And within 3 weeks, so I started him on Tai Chi for memory, because that's instant success. You know, you just master that form so quickly. And within 3 weeks, he was down to about 3 falls a week rather than 5 a day. And he also has the freezing, or he had the freezing. So what I did with him, I do a lot of walking exercises with him. And when he gets either into the freezing or into the shuffling, I ask him to just stand, find his balance, soften the knees, because that's, that's often what happens with, freezing. So soften everything, song your joints, and then breathe, and that calms him down. And then we do stride. So we do stop if he gets into the shuffling, and because that leads to fall. So we say stop, stand, balance, soften the knees, song your joints, stride. And that seems to trigger something in the brain. He no longer freezes. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant. And Deborah?
Good morning, everyone. I've had a little bit of experience with Parkinson's friends in my Tai Chi classes. They were in person at the time. This was last year, actually the year before. What I found to be really helpful was something that in attending the Zone 1 session of this monthly instructor series, from what Dr. Jiang had mentioned, is literally the socialization process of inclusion. And so the way that I try to do that often with my classes is we begin a lot of our exercises with a sitting down activity, and seated for arthritis is perfect for that. But so it's a perfect way to start seated where everyone is starting seated and included. And similar to Helga, I may give a few verbal visual clues So it's not pointing to the condition, but to what they can do and within their comfort zone. And then it becomes an option versus people who are sitting down can only do this because they can't do, versus people who are standing as well. I give them that option of sitting or standing. So if my Parkinson's or other conditions friends get tired, it becomes an option versus something that's considered less. So it was just a way in which to present the material and still stay true to the forms without it being so isolating. Because I've found that everyone with obvious conditions is very self-conscious that they're not moving the same as others. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. That's so nice. And I'm just amazed at what I learned from our instructors. And I learned something from Julie. I thought that was really wonderful. You just share that about the way you teach the parrying punch. No, you shared it. It's your things.
So we do a lot of anecdotes because there's a lot of explanation, and to save time, instead of going through a long list of words and statements, we shorten it down. So parry and punch, when we're walking outwards, we call it duck left, duck right, straight. And that stops you from having to say, so we step out, turn the first foot out, the second foot out, and then the straight foot. It doesn't roll off the tongue. So we needed something that visually they could remember the arm movements more, because it is a quite complicated move. So as we got them to turn the palms over, push the left hand forwards, turn the palms over, right hand forwards, drop the left hand down to make a fist, Prince Charming, potato. I did that the first time just for a bit of humour, just to see if they were listening, and they remembered it the next week and it stuck. So we find different moves. Not all moves can be anecdoted, but they remember it, and they remember from the childhood that one potato, two potato. So they've got the hands in the right position. With the Prince Charming, it's a tiny bit lower than what Adam and the Ants used to do. He used to go up there, but as soon as you say Prince Charming, everybody's there. So it's fun for them as well to remember that. For the commencement move, we use Charlie Chaplin. So we start with Charlie Chaplin, and he's got a ball. And he's got this ball, but it's really, really heavy. And the only way he can have a look at this ball is to slowly take it down to his tummy, bring it round, bring the ball up the chest. And he doesn't want this ball anymore, so he passes it on. But if you say push it, they turn their palms. So you've got to remember to pass it on. But that person doesn't want it either. So they pass it back, and then suddenly you're in open and close to expand the ball. And then you can turn into single whip and pass the ball forwards. And you could pop it through the window and then open the curtains. So there's lots of little stories that makes it fun for people who find it difficult to remember things, especially us. I remember how hard it was when I first started learning Tai Chi. So yeah, there's some lovely anecdotes that you can use. I was just having a look to see if there was another one, but
That's good.
No, that's it. Apart from wavy hands, we try and simplify it because people think it's wax on, wax off. And there's a lot of movement in the arms all the time, or the window screen wipers. That's a common one. So we say, draw a square, and it's really hard for people to hold their hands above each other on one side of the body. So I say, imagine you're drawing a square. So there's the top and the bottom, there's the side, top and bottom, there's the side. You're not moving your arms at all, you're just moving your waist. And that helps them to visualize. But when they get, you can tell when they're getting tired because it suddenly turns into windscreen wipers again. But yes, there are a few hints and tips for the part one.
Yeah. Well, and I think that there's always, when you do something different, there's always people who are very critical. For example, I have a patient who told me that her husband went to a Tai Chi class, traditional class, and she was just shocked that in our class we joke and we say things, and he says the students are not allowed to laugh, not allowed to smile, not allowed to ask questions. Can you imagine? Yeah, well, that's, yeah, I think that's the thing. The key is the chi. When you follow the principle and improve your chi, then whatever way you can get people to do that, then you get somewhere. But I think it's time for us to get to meet each other. So we have 6 of you in one group, and just chat to each other, give a brief introduction, and share the things you like people to know about you. Ernie, do you want to say something before we go?
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Dr. Lam, for presenting another wonderful forum. I'm seeing, it's so fun for me to see people from other countries. I'm in US, but I enjoy seeing and meeting new people each time. Looking forward to next year when we'll have more forums. So happy Christmas and holidays to everyone.
Thank you, Ernie. And Nuala, would you like to say?
Yes, more or less the same, actually. I just want to thank everybody for coming along. Really appreciate this, that you're really contributing to, keeping together and sharing all the information. And we all learn so much from each other. We always learn, and you always learn from your students as well. You learn so much. And if it's only a small little thing that you've learned today, go away happy and have a great Christmas, a healthy Christmas and New Year. And I hope that we get back to more normal, maybe in the new year. But come along in February, don't forget. If you register, you'll get your registration, and you'll get reminder, and you'll get reminder the day before. Lots of reminders come through, so you shouldn't miss one. If you've got any problems, email me or email Ernie, but Ernie's very busy. She's such a very busy lady. She's doing a fantastic job. I think it's about 3:30 in the morning, is it now, Ernie? Something like that.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, 3:30 in the morning. And then she was also on the one last night as well. So everybody's doing a fantastic job. I really appreciate it that you're doing it for us, for the UK and Europe. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Lam, for doing this for us, because where would we be without it? We wouldn't be connected, we wouldn't be helping each other, because everybody can now connect if they want to each other and talk to each other. So thank you very much, and thank you, Evan, for being our mastermind, helping us doing all the IT work. Thank you, everybody. If everyone wants to contact me for anything, please do. Don't contact the office in Australia unless you need to. Contact me first, then I can answer any questions. If I can't answer, well, then we can find someone to answer. Okay. The office is very busy in Australia now. Ernie's very busy. They've got lots of work to do. So if I can help, please contact me. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Nora. And Evan, do you want to say something too?
Oh, no, just happy holidays. Have a wonderful new year, everyone. I look forward to seeing you at the next forum. Maybe if you can wake up as early as Ernie at the January workshops. I think that I don't know how it fits with all of you in Europe, but yeah, have a great new year, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And I'd like you to remember the two studies I told you, that if you send positive energy to your friends, it might work. It certainly won't do any harm. And the more people we interact with, it's going to improve your immunity. Because after all, that's who we are. We are human, is part of the community. The more friends we have, the more time we interact with each other, we learn from each other, but we also get stronger from us. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you, everybody. Lots of Tai Chi. Yes. You're welcome to write to me too.